Hey, what's going on, guys? Ben Nyhart here, Bayou Mortgage Guy. Welcome to another episode of the Bayou Mortgage Guy. Welcome to another episode of the Bayou Mortgage Guy Podcast. I am your host, Ben Nyhart, aka the Bayou Mortgage Guy, and today we have a very special show, only because it's my first guest that is an Alabamian. Am I saying that right? Alabamian?
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that. I've got Brooks Robinson here from Foundation Title. Brooks, man, thank you so much for coming on and joining us here, man. Why don't you just kind of give everybody the 411 on all things Brooks, man?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I've watched a few couple, and I know we've been trying to make this happen. So finally, glad it did. So everybody, my name is Brooks Robinson. I'm the closing agent and business development for Foundation Title and Escrow here in Huntsville. We have two locations, one in Huntsville and one in Athens. For those that might not know, it used to be Paulus Title, but we merged with Foundation about 4 years ago. We handle everything from investors to reloads, residentials, and we also have a law firm attached to it. So we have two attorneys on staff that can help with estate planning, stuff like that. And just like I said, happy to be here. Kind of I got started in actually I kind of got started on your side first. I was on the loan side, yeah. Got I think I started as like a call center person, and I
Oh,
even
okay.
told them too.
You one of
Hey, it was
those
funny.
guys.
Yeah, I told them too. I said, listen, I said I can put butts in seats, but mortgages and stuff, I don't care about them. I don't care about
Yeah.
houses. Like this ain't my thing. But once I started that, I grew into it. I loved it. Of course, more, loan companies and stuff come and go. So took a break from that for about a year and then got picked up on this side of it and have loved it ever since. I get to meet, cool people like you, get to hang out with realtors all the time, uh, and I get to help people. It's cool to see people at the table that, have been in a camper for 6 months trying to find that house, and they're finally signing that paperwork, and they're thinking, hey, we can do this to the house, and we can do this to the house, and it's a fun time. And one allergies here in Alabama have just going crazy. So,
You're
but
good,
one
man.
thing
That's
we
why
like,
that's why we make edit buttons, bro. We're good. So I got I got I
one thing,
got sneeze and cough buttons. You're good.
gotcha, appreciate it. One thing that we really like, we like having both sides at the table. We, my boss calls it happy law. We want to have a big party at the table, passing keys back and forth, passing, information back and forth,
Right.
when trash day is, stuff like that. So it's just one of those things I've really enjoyed doing. I didn't think I'd ever find myself in this field. I was kind of going the engineer route when I first tried to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up, and ended up in this and liked it ever since.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you this, dude. I don't think anyone ever grows up as a kid and says, you know what, man, I want to be a title attorney or I want to be like a business development agent for a title company. I mean, but look, dude, once you get into the real estate industry, whether it's on the mortgage side, real estate, title, insurance, it is kind of like you're in it. Once you're in it, man, you either kind of drop out and you don't really love it, or you just love it, like, and you have to
Hmm.
be in it. And that's kind of where like I felt too, man. Like I started this 7 years ago, and I don't want to do anything else. Like this is what I'm going to do. It's going to be some form or semblance of mortgages, whether it's just running the branch and not producing anymore, or coaching other mortgage loan officers or real estate agents, or business development reps for title companies, and just kind of, man, just kind of doing something in the game. Because you're right, dude, this is like a very it's a unique opportunity to be able to help people close in their home and see the smiles on their faces. It's not always smiles, but for the most part it's smiles.
Yeah, yeah. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's some rough times. There's some rough times. But overall, it's and the one thing I do like about it, it's almost like a community coming together.
Yep.
We work with y'all. Y'all work with the agents. We all work together, getting these people in these homes, which helps grow where we live. And it's
Yep.
just, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's rewarding, man. It really is. Like there's been several times, man. Like the ones that you remember are the ones that don't really have. Like I had a $80,000 single wide trailer, and it was like 800. But the lady that would bought it was crying at the closing table. Like it's amazing. Like
Hmm.
that what we do actually does have that kind of impact on people's lives. And it's just one of those things where like I just got a taste of that, and like I don't want to give it up, man. I ain't giving it up. So, but well, cool, man. Well, I really do appreciate you coming on, man. So we're just gonna kind of go all over the place in terms of just where we're gonna take this conversation. So, tell us a little bit about what you and your team do, what kind of things that people when they close with you guys, what's the biggest like kind of misconceptions, and then what's kind of the biggest thing you can give possibly like first time home buyers about what happens when you buy a house on the title side?
Sure. So what we do is we go through we make sure the property is, we go through, we do a search and everything. We check out, make sure there's no judgments on it, no, nothing like that, nothing crazy. We make sure we go through, if we have the lender, that the lender's our boss, so we kind of have to go
That's
by
right.
what they say. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
but so our team, once we get the contract, I'll just kind of go through. One thing unique about us is our team. We work in teams, so you always have an escrow officer and an escrow assistant with you when you deal with us. When you send the contract in, you deal with that team only. So you're not dealing with an
Hey, hold
assembly
on one
line of
second,
people.
dude. My son
Oh,
doesn't realize I'm doing. Hey, dude,
that's okay.
doing my podcast right now. Yeah, that's not going to go over well. I'm gonna have to cut that out of the podcast. What you need, bro? Well, get a snack, bro. Okay.
You're good. I
Yeah.
sent my girls outside to play, man. You're good.
Yeah. Well, he didn't realize that I was doing this right now, so he's just kind of I think he just came back. So anyway, I don't even know where you were at when he came in
That's
here.
okay. I'll just kind of pick it back up.
Yeah, that's cool.
So when you close with us, you close with the team. So with that team, you don't have like an assembly line. You deal with two people the entire transaction. So as a first time home buyer, it makes you like they know what's going on. So
Right.
it gives them a little bit more. They can relate to you easier when you're a first time home buyer. And one thing we try to do with first time home buyers is when we sit you down at the table, we can take 30 minutes, we can take an hour, we can take two. We usually set a block off an hour.
Yeah.
But if you're a new time home buyer and you want to make sure you know what you're signing, we're there with you. Any questions you want to ask, we're there. I think the biggest, I got to go with the biggest misconception or the biggest misunderstanding
Yeah.
is earnest money.
Mm.
Earnest money and who it goes to and everything like that.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say is just before you start, listening to people on TikTok and everything, just call us.
Yep.
Anybody can always call us and just ask questions. We're always there. Our two attorneys, Ron and Craig, they're always available to talk and everything to answer any questions. I think that was really about it on
Yeah, no,
that.
that's good, man. That's good. That's perfect advice, dude, because I think the biggest thing, for first time home buyers, the biggest thing, they're going to do is when they go to the closing and they're going to sign their life away, right? They're going to be signing lots and lots of documents. And then, they're really not going to understand what they're signing. So the fact that you
Hmm.
guys, will take the time to explain that to them is huge, because I know for a fact that I've sat through some where like, what are we signing again? Or like, what is this again? And like, they really don't understand it. And you can see that the person that's doing the closing is just, just kind of getting through it,
Hmm.
which I get, man. I mean, look, if you do 8 closings a day and you're signing, 100-page, packets 8 times a day, I get it. But
Yeah.
there's some times where you should, take the time to kind of walk people through it, because I mean, it is some of that stuff can be confusing, man. You're literally about to make 300, or not really, but you're supposed to, and it's a big deal. So that's awesome that you guys do that. So,
Well, we try to tailor it to, if you have that investor that just wants to sign,
yeah,
grab their check and go, 10 minutes, we're done.
yep,
If you got that home buyer that wants to read everything, let us know beforehand. We'll send them what we have so they can read
yeah,
it before they get to the table. And like I said, just make everybody comfortable. We try to make
yeah.
everybody happy. That's happy law, happy law.
I mean, I tell you, man, that's in this business, title and mortgage, trying to make everybody happy doesn't always happen, but look, man, we try our best. And that's the thing, is like we're all human and we're all part of this together. And I know you said earlier that I'm your boss, or the mortgage people or the title people's boss. Well, my boss is the real estate agent that sent me the referral more times than not. And you know what? I don't want to let them down either, right? Because this, right, and at the end of the day, that's the hierarchy. Technically they're your boss too, because they're just, they're the ones that kind of are calling the shots and kind of doing the referring and stuff like that. And we don't want to let them down, because that's, at the end of the day, that's their job, that's their livelihood.
Yeah,
That's, if they don't close, they don't get paid.
that's true. And we always tell everybody, especially realtors, you're our boss, you're right, but our
Yep.
job is to make the realtor look good.
Yep.
We know the closing table, you're with us for an hour max. You'll probably forget our name 2 weeks down the road, but that realtor has held your baby, has walked with you, has ate
Yep.
with you, probably having dinner with you to celebrate afterwards, all that stuff. We don't want to mess up that relationship. So, if there's ever a hitch, usually we say, hey, sorry, we'll fix it. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it.
Let's pause for a second, dude.
Yeah.
I'm filming a podcast. Brooks, why don't you say hey to Easton? Why don't you come on, bro? Well, we're just gonna go ahead and pause it.
Easton, what's up, buddy? Hey, how you doing? You
What
feeling
do you
good?
need, bro? I know you're hungry. Can you get something without me having to go down? There's fruit. There's an apple. I know that. And there's apples down there. Maybe there's like some. I don't know, dude. Can you just like give me 30 minutes and then I'll make you something? Why don't you pop some waffles in the toaster? Out of waffles? Dang. Well, give me 30 minutes, bro, and I'll come find something for you. Okay. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. Love you, bro. Cool.
Yeah, we have a snack bucket in our pantry. So anytime the girls would say, just go grab a snack from the bucket.
Yeah, we used to have one of those, and dude, I shit you not, we had to put a freaking lock on our pantry because like they would just get up in the middle of the night and just start, grabbing handfuls of stuff, and like we clean their rooms. We'll do a deep clean once every couple of months. You look under the bed, there's just like, cookie bags, like apple rinds and freaking orange peels. Because at least they do eat, they do eat fruit some of the time, but for the most part, chips and like cookies and then, dude, when you find the freaking the apple rinds in there, just yeah, man, no big deal, bro. There's no reason why we should have roaches in the house except for your bed. But no, dude. Let's just pause for a second so I can kind of get back into the mode here. But let's see. All right, dude. So let's talk about a little bit about like your personal family life, man. I know you. Yeah. I know you personally. Like we've met before, but I know you have. Obviously you have a wife, you have kids. What's it like, dude? Like trying to balance work, life, kids, wife, all the stuff, man. Because I know it can be hectic at times.
That's pretty. You just kind of deal with it. I mean, that's how it rolls. No, it's I found out that my cell phone is my work lifeline. Just like you. But I have decided after a certain time, it's going to go to voicemail. After a certain time, I'll listen to it, whatever. But you're going to get the response from me the next day, just so I can keep that sanity about me. But it's not that bad. You kind of get some days you have the 8 closings and some days you have 1 closing. So you kind of cut out a little early, go to the park, hang out, that kind of thing. So it works out. Plus, all the swag I get from all the events kind of helps out,
Yeah, you're right.
All the squishy balls and stuff kind of make everything better.
Stress balls and then
a notepad and a pen, man, and that gets me out of any hot water with the girls. So.
That's it, bro. Man, what if you come home with one of like the 4-colored pens, like that you can put. Oh man,
you'll see the little daddy, freaked out.
You're getting that Dad of the Year mug for Father's Day, no doubt.
Exactly.
For sure, dude.
With the pen. I brought one. It was a pen with a flashlight.
Oh,
I didn't get to see it for 3 days.
That's what we do, bro. As dad, we are providers of, well, especially in this business, they're expecting us to bring home good swag, bro. So man. So I don't want to disappoint them. So
everybody watching this, we need all the swag. Anything you can send us, we'll rock your guys' stuff.
Yeah, I've got, so through the years, man, I've kind of figured out what works and what doesn't. So swag is, most people want pens, right? You got to have pens. You got to have notepad. You got to have notepads. So there's a few things that I've noticed over the years that are really good. People love the little chip clips. I don't know why, like the little chip clips, bro. Everybody wants chip clips. Like they're not necessarily chip clips. They're just little clips, and they're shaped like a little house. And you put your logo on it. People love those, and then people love T-shirts. They want T-shirts.
Yeah, T-shirts.
We had some custom design ones we did a few years back, which I really like, and then. I'm just sending a design over for some Cajun seasoning that we're getting like handcrafted, which is pretty cool too. So, nice. Yeah, man, it's all about swag, dude. If you don't come home with the right swag, Dad, you're not cool.
Yes, we found we sent out some sunglasses and some of these. Here we go. So some glass cleaner.
I can dig it.
Yeah. So and everybody loves those.
Yeah,
because then we tried to find something that people could use, practical stuff. So
yeah, that's it, bro. Like I'm trying to look around. I don't think I have anything in here, but like that's probably because I threw most of it away. But like you get stuff. Who does need a stress ball? Like if I'm stressed, I'm probably not going to be using a stress ball. I'm probably back in my drinking days. I'd probably have a bourbon and a cigar and be good to go. I'm not going to squeeze the ball for 10 minutes and then, oh, I feel so much better. Like, nah.
I might throw it against the wall or something.
Yeah,
But
just like start like ripping it in half or something. But yeah,
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be squeezing it to, oh man, I feel so much better now. All right, man. So you are the business development rep at Foundation Title, dude. So tell me like what that entails, because I don't really know. Like I know you probably
Oh,
do lots of stuff. So what exactly do you do as far as business development?
yeah. So my job is kind of a little bit of everything. So I am a closing agent, so I'm a notary for the most part. So I do handle closings mainly on our Athens office, and I travel. That's one thing about us. So I've been anywhere from as long as it's in the state of Alabama. So I've been to Tuscaloosa, Gunnersville, Fort Payne.
No, it's
I
in
even
Tuscaloosa, by the way. Sorry.
I got you.
Yeah.
We'll go over that here in a little bit. But I've been to a hospital before, been to someone's house, even tried to go to jail, but they wouldn't let me in because I didn't have a bar card. So I get to always tell everybody I sent my boss to jail
You should have just hit the warden, bro. You could have got in.
and just got right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have stayed a little bit longer than what I wanted, but
Yeah.
but yeah, so I do that. I also handle social media, and I go and I teach. So one thing we have an app. It you can it's a pretty cool app. You can use it for estimates. It also has like a social media aspect to it. So I go teach classes on that,
Nice.
and
I'm pulling it
also
up
kind
right
of
now. It's pretty
teach.
neat.
Yeah, and we also kind of teach, kind of what we do and everything. Craig is a CE instructor, so I set those up to where if if an office wants to have him come just teach their office, we can set that up and stuff. So, like I said, just a little bit of everything. Anything that needs to be done, I'm usually the guy that can get it done.
You're the jack of all trades, man. So we were
The
talking,
Renaissance man, if you will.
yeah, Renaissance man. I like that. It's even better. So we were talking a little bit before I hit the record button. You were telling me about this, basically a speed dating event that you guys are doing. And I thought that was pretty cool, man. So give us the premise of that, because I think that's something that's really cool that I think maybe like people that are outside of our area that might be able to use that and kind of and run with
Yeah,
it. But tell them about that, dude, 'cause I thought
100%.
that's pretty cool.
So it's technically called show it and sell it, but I classify it as like speed dating for realtors. So what we do is we provide breakfast 30 minutes before the event, usually Chick-fil-A because it's the best,
Chicken
and
Miggins, baby,
then
let's go.
exactly got to go with it.
Hmm.
And then we do an hour where we give. Hopefully, we're kind of hoping to have 50 agents. Have a listing, 50 listings up there. But the idea is to give every agent 1 minute to say something about the property that might not be on the MLS.
Hmm.
So we tried this in one of our other offices in Clarksville, Tennessee. And funny little story, it worked up there just like we thought it would. Person stands up, says, "Hey, one thing about this house that's not in the MLS, the garage has can't remember if it was like an engine lift, car lift, something for a mechanic
Yeah,
kind of built in the garage." And
nice.
yeah, so another agent just raised their hand, and said, my buyer needs that exact thing, and they connected
Bada
and
bing, bada boom. Love connection, baby.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So that's what we're kind of hoping is that, you have your minute to talk about it. And then hopefully in the room, it's basically just a way of taking your morning meetings or your, weekly meetings of what we have for listings and
Yeah.
expanding it to other offices.
That's awesome. Yeah. And
So
that's
yeah,
a good way to like mingle, meet other people, and then just kind of, see what other agents are doing to kind of help market their
yeah,
listing. And that's a freaking great idea, dude, because like you never know who's going to be in that room. Just like, whenever you're you want to make a good first impression, it's kind of the same thing in terms of you want to make sure that you give them something that you think that they might need, or they may have a
hmm
buyer that may need that. And honestly, dude, I've never heard of that before, and I hope people take that and run with it. Not here. This is your idea here, but
Oh
anywhere,
yeah,
anywhere outside of here, they can do that, but not here,
yeah.
bro.
Outside of Alabama, y'all got
That's
it.
it.
I'll let it
That's
out
it.
there. But no, it's a really good idea. I definitely suggest everyone doing it. And to all the realtors out there, meet your fellow people, mingle with them, sell the houses, make the money.
Yep.
That's what this is all for. So we can all, we're all in it together. We're all trying to, make the same money. So might as well sell those houses.
Can't we all just get along, bro? Let's get along, man. Um, well, dude, yeah, I thought that was really cool because I think that's part of this business is kind of being a little bit more on the innovative side, getting people, thinking outside the box, getting butts in seats, as they say.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you and I are both kind of in the same game. We're in the attention game. We want to be able to get in front of the people that we need to get in front of in order to help grow our businesses. And then at the end, once we get in front of those people, we want to be able to be give them value in terms of like what we're giving to them. Because honestly, outside of them giving us, a referral or we're kind of useless. So we have to be kind of creative. Like we have to be able to bring them value other than closing the transaction, but
Exactly.
there's tons of lenders, there's tons of title companies out there. So that's what I think we kind of miss a little bit in this business is like what we do to stand apart in order to help kind of stand out from the crowd. And I think that's great, man, that y'all are doing that because I mean, like I said, I've never heard of it, dude, and I've got all kinds of good ideas, and that was like
Yeah.
not really.
But like you said, it's one of those things. We have to add value. So it's we we want to. I hate to use it like we don't want to be the vultures. Once the realtors got the deal, we're like, oh hey, give us a piece of it. No,
Yeah,
I want to be that guy. If you need an AC guy, if you need a flooring guy, if you need whatever, if you need to try to make a deal work, I want to kind of be that. That way it's kind of a partnership and not just
right.
like a yeah. So that's what we try to look for. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, this is all about relationships, right? I mean,
Hmm.
like I don't look at my referral partners as as referrals, like as business. Like most of them that I work with are my friends and that I consider
Hmm.
them, consider them friends. Like I honestly, there are some people that I don't really mesh well with that I just won't work with because we just don't mesh well together. And that's just not good for my business, their business. It just the way it is. So like that's what at the end of the day, dude, we're just trying to build relationships with these people and I don't want to have to be able to force it. So that's why I think it's important that when you are trying to you know get in front of people, it's about building that relationship and not just looking at them as a transaction. I think that goes for just about everybody in the real estate world. So
Oh, 100%. Anybody that I've worked with that, we've, like you said, like we click, like me and you, for instance, just became friends, started talking, and the business kind of happened after that. So,
yep,
it's one of those things. Yeah, be yourself, go out there and just,
work with who you like. That's what I always
yeah,
say.
because the clients will see that. The clients will get that. They'll get that
100%.
that camaraderie at the table, and they'll get all that other stuff. And there's like you said, there's plenty of lenders, there's plenty of title companies. Find the one that fits you. Hopefully, we're the one. Hopefully, you fit. We want to take over the world, so hopefully everyone picks us. But we get it, we understand. So it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, just like I'm not going to be right for everyone, y'all won't be right for everyone, but hey, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to be right. I'm gonna
we're gonna
try my
try to
best.
be.
All right, dude. So let's go into a little bit of like, you got to have a crazy story over the years where, yeah, that a closing that maybe almost didn't happen or didn't happen or something crazy that happened while being in the title business, man. Let's hear your best one.
Wow. I don't know if I really have a great one. I mean, my boss has been doing it since I think 2006, so he's got the crazy stories that I
Yeah,
can kind of tell through him. I think the biggest one, it wasn't necessarily crazy. It was exciting. It felt good.
yeah.
So it was this family. They had the dad, of course, got the new job here. I think it was on the Arsenal, and moved his family and couldn't really get that house that they needed. So for 7 months, they were in a camper with four kids, and I don't think the oldest kid was over the age of 6. So you can only
Ooh, dude.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only imagine the chaos in such a small area. When we were sitting there, and thank the realtor, bless her, she knew the situation, so she came with crayons and she came with artwork and
Nice.
all that other stuff. And these kids were literally sitting there almost like singing praises because they were about to get into a real house with bedrooms and
That's awesome.
doors and a bathroom that they have privacy and all that other stuff. And that closing took about an hour and a half longer than normal,
Yeah.
but it was just because those kids were just so happy and like dancing around, and the parents were so just, oh thank you, like it was
Yeah.
just so, like I said, I don't really have a lot of crazy ones, but that's probably the one that stuck out in
I'll
my head
take
the
that.
most.
That's a feel good story. I'll take that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually prefer that one, man. That kind of makes me feel like, because I think that's part of it too, dude. Like we take stuff for granted, like because we do this every day. But like for somebody that's going through it, this may be the first time they're doing it, or it may be they've never done it before and they're buying a house. And that's a huge thing for a lot of people, man. So I think that's great that, we you can kind of step back from these people are truly grateful for what we did for doing our jobs, which is fantastic, man. So
and that, yeah, it just you get the warm and fuzzies off of it, and that you can't. I mean, you can't beat that,
you
man.
really can, man. The warm and fuzzies are just well, they're warm and fuzzy, man. What else is there to say about that?
It's contagious.
It is contagious, dude. That's why you want to keep doing this stuff, man. It's
Yeah.
great. So, all right, dude, we're gonna switch gears, man. So, obviously, like I said in the beginning, you are the first Alabamian to come on
Roll
the show.
Tide.
Yeah, so roll tide. Yeah, I heard that. But so man, I mean, you got to give me your what's your favorite memory as far as Alabama football is concerned, man. I know I mean, y'all are just, I hate y'all, but
Well,
that's not allowed. My bad.
the memories are going to be memories for a little bit after this year, but we'll see.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll see. But no,
Yep.
I have a couple. The first one, it wasn't at the game or anything, but it was my uncle. Me and my uncle, he was the baby of the family. Kind of oh hey, we have another baby coming.
Surprise.
So me and him are only 7 years apart,
Oh, wow.
and big Bama fans and everything, and seeing that first national championship in 2008, and just, I mean, he was hugging me, and it was just it was a cool thing.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we started this tradition where if we won the national championship, we go to Dick's, stand in line, get a hat, get a shirt, whatever, and that was our tradition, since 2008. Second time is my wife is from New Hampshire, doesn't know anything about college football, or didn't at the time, and I took her to her first Bama game, and just to see her, it was kind of the equivalent. I'm a big baseball fan, of course, with Brooks Robinson.
Yep.
Never really been, never really been to a bunch of stadiums. But her being from New Hampshire, we flew into Boston, and she said, "Where do you want to go first?" I said, "Fenway." She said, "It's the middle of February. They're closed." I said, "I don't care. I want to go to Fenway." And she just said, my face just, and hers was the same way. Just
Yeah.
walking into Tuscaloosa and seeing the energy and everything. She was just like, wow, wow. So those are my two greatest experiences.
What you're describing kind of reminds me of Rudy when the dad walks into the stadium to watch Rudy play for the first time, and is like,
And just
he's
blown
like,
away.
"This is the most beautiful sight these eyes have ever seen." Like, dude, it's Notre Dame. Shut up. Like, it ain't that pretty. Like,
They're not a
Tiger
conference, it
Stadium,
doesn't
on the
matter.
other hand, now that is a beautiful sight to behold, especially at night, dude. Have you ever been to an LSU game?
I have
in
not.
Baton Rouge?
I have not. Yes, we need to go. I would love to go
We
to
will
one.
do that.
So I've had. I would love to go at night, because I heard at night it is absolutely
Well,
nuts.
if we're playing Alabama at home, it's going to be at night, more than likely. Because
Yeah.
I don't think the CBS 230 games are even a thing anymore after last year. So I would say that it's more than likely it'll be a night game, and we got y'all at home this year, dude.
Yeah. So if we go, I need you to stay beside me. I need to be protected at all times. Just
Yeah, dude, I'll never forget, dude. So when I was during Katrina, I was living in Hammond, which is about 30 miles north of New Orleans. So we got water in our apartment, and it was bad. A lot of people got it way worse than I did, and that was the year that the Saints. I'm a big Saints fan. They didn't have a home stadium because New Orleans was pretty much leveled. So I remember Nick Saban coaching the Dolphins coming into Tiger Stadium to coach against the Saints. That was a weird experience, dude. Let me tell you. I hated that man at that time. I don't hate him anymore. It's kind of whatever now. But like at that time, I was like, look at this dude. And then they get lost like 23-3. They got their butts kicked. The Saints were just god awful that year, understandably so. But that was just weird, man, having to watch him come back into Tiger Stadium and coach the Dolphins. All right, dude. So yeah, we'll definitely we'll look into getting you down. We're going to go to Baton Rouge this year, and then we'll figure out how to get into the game, because that's a tough one there. But
this is what I love. This is what I love about college. Like, this is what people don't really understand about, especially Southern college football. I know
SEC.
everyone, the SEC. I mean, I know everyone has their, our college, whatever. And the SEC, it's because you see a lot of trash talk, but well, let me put it this way: with real fans and not crazy people, it's trash talk, but it's fun. I miss football time, because I don't get to I don't really get to razz you over LSU baseball or anything like that.
Yeah, you won't be able to do that, bro. Nah. Defending national champs, what?
Yeah. So that's what I like about, that's what I like about it. It's
Yeah.
just, it's a different.
I went to one game in Tuscaloosa. It was 2006. That was Saban's first year, and I actually had a great experience, man. Tuscaloosa is, it's not like something to write home about it, but but the stadium and the atmosphere was really cool. And I had a shirt, and I'll probably post it in the comments when I put this up on the YouTube. I had a shirt, and it had Nick Saban is a ladies' feminine hygiene product. Not, I won't say the word on here, but yeah, I wore that to Tuscaloosa into Bryant Denny, and it was an interesting day to say the least. But considering what I was wearing, everybody was so nice to me, except for like the few people that were like kind of like you could tell they weren't
Yeah,
really happy about it.
you got the
But
crazies. Yeah, you got the
yeah,
crazies.
yeah. But there was some animosity there for LSU fans after that when that happened. But neither here nor there, man. But that's just part of college football, man. It's great to talk about the rivalries, even though it's not I don't know, it's not really a rivalry until we beat y'all a few more times, but that's all right. We'll get there.
Well, I'll tell you, yeah, NCAA is coming out now as a video
I
game
saw that.
again, so we can compete that way if we have to.
Dynasty mode. Let's go.
Yeah,
I missed that, dude. That's the good old days there, dude. So that's coming out for this season coming
yeah,
up.
it's coming out this year. Yeah, so
Nice.
it's been held back, and all of us,
Yeah.
because I'm a bit of a gamer myself, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, please give me this game back. And everyone's like, play Madden. No, I want college football. Give me
Yeah. Well,
college football.
the last one was what, 2014, I think it was. I know it was a Michigan player on the front. I think it was Denard Robinson on the front.
Yeah, I think it was the Darnell Robinson.
And
Yeah.
that was the last one they made, and people have been playing that one for 10 years. Like, because you can play in Dynasty mode and just keep on playing and stuff. And people have just been playing the same game for 10 years.
I don't know if
that's
you've
exciting, dude.
I don't know if you've seen the TikTok trend, but it's somebody pretending to be a coach saying that they've taken Akron or the high school team to the national championship playing against Alabama, and they're calling plays and stuff. I love it.
That's
I love it.
great. I love it, dude. Social media is undefeated, bro. Undefeated.
Oh man.
Well, the internet's undefeated, which vis-a-vis so social media. But yeah, dude. All right, dude. So we'll close it on just kind of like a one light note, and then we'll do one serious note. So I had some questions prepared, and I really wanted to ask you this one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it.
Yeah.
If you had to choose one song to play every time you walked into a room for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, see, that was the question I looked at when you sent it to me, and I was,
Yep.
man, that is because there's a bunch of good songs.
There are.
But
I guess if you had to listen to one song for the rest of your life.
see, that kind of changes.
Well, all right. No, stick to the original
No,
question. Every time you walk into a room, because that's kind of cool. It's kind of like your theme song. Your theme song. What would your theme song be, essentially?
So I'm gonna answer both questions actually, because my
Okay.
theme song, I'm a goofy dude, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it would be Lonely Island. I'm on a boat. Just walk in, I'm on a
Nice.
boat, and just
I'm on a boat. Brooks, you're in the living room, dude. Stop it. Yeah,
Yeah. My song my song that I could hear all the time is Linkin Park, In the End.
Good one, man.
Yeah, and growing up, that Linkin Park was my band, and
Yep.
that song, I can hear that over and over and not get tired of it.
There's so many like different live versions out there, man. I haven't heard them all probably, but like that's my favorite, dude. Just having hearing Chester kind of wail and like different venues and stuff, and hearing the crowd just go like nuts, dude. It's such a great song. Meteora, man. That was like, I mean, that was a game changer for a lot of people.
Oh,
dude.
big time. That was one that I bought that definitely wore out. Definitely wore
front
out.
front to back. So, like honestly, you can listen to that. They're all bangers, pretty much, dude. Like,
and then when Jay-Z collabed with them, it was that right there. That Collision Course, #1 album of all times. I'll argue that till I die.
I have several there. I think there were 6 songs on that CD because I had that too. And it was I think it was MTV produced it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Back when they did music, and there were 6 songs on that. I think I have 3 of the 6 on my gym playlist. Not because I just haven't added the other ones yet. Those just come on when as my playlist goes. But fantastic album, very very I guess underrated, because I mean not very many people mention that, but that's a great album, dude.
Yeah.
All right, dude. So let's end on like a serious note. You and I we became kind of became friends just based on our personality. I think we're kind of similar in terms of like we both kind of like to cut it up. But let's kind of give the people what they want. Let's give them what advice would you give real estate agents, mortgage professionals, or really anyone in the business of sales, like what's one thing you would say like that helped you kind of transform your role, your business, in the title space?
I know this is going to sound cliche, and I'm sorry, but it's be yourself. I've tried to do things. I've tried to do things that people have suggested that didn't fit me, and it showed. It showed that I either stumbled through it, it wasn't done right, everything like that. But whenever I was myself, I was able to kind of talk and say what I wanted to say. Like it flows, it works, and people pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the one thing I can tell, the one thing I'll say as far as this industry and our relationships and everything, the biggest thing is communication. Talk to everybody. If something happens, talk to somebody. Let everybody know what's going on. That's the biggest thing because that'll either kill the deal or make the deal happen.
Yep.
And don't sweat the little stuff. Again, I'm throwing out all the cliches, but they've
That's
worked
cool,
for
man.
me, so I'm rocking with them.
Yeah. No, I can dig that, dude. Like, I mean, I think that's one of the things is authenticity is like kind of almost a lost art, bro. People
That's
are
it.
just
That's it.
so fixated on trying to be like the next TikTok star, the next, Instagram model or whatever, that they kind of lose themselves, dude. Like, I know that like I'm different when I put some of the stuff, and I know you like to put some cool stuff like your socks and stuff like that. But that's what makes you unique, dude. That's what attracts people to you. That because you are unique, you're not just that same person. And I think that's what a lot of I would say younger generation just kind of doesn't understand yet, maybe because you know I don't think that people resonate with someone trying to be someone else or be like someone else. I think people resonate with someone that's authentic. Sometimes people don't like who the authentic person that you are. I would rather be me than try to be someone else. And I think a lot of the people that we work with in this business appreciate that too. So cliche or not, dude, it's great advice. I mean, it
And
really.
and one of the coaches that I work with that I really like, his name is Bill Sparkman. His big, one of his things that he says is what makes you unique. Like you said, like we've talked about in this podcast. Everyone knows a realtor, everyone knows a mortgage guy,
Yep.
everyone knows a title guy. What can you do? And that's what you find your thing. My
Right.
thing right now is I like to show off my socks. So
That's
and
it,
it's
dude.
working. I had
That's
I
it.
had a realtor bring me a pair of socks after a closing the other day.
I
Said,
saw
hope
that you
this
got you
goes with your stuff.
some Bucky socks, I think.
Some Bucky socks,
Yeah,
yeah, some
nice.
Bucky socks. So
I
yeah,
mean,
it's just one of those things. People are gonna, like you said, you'll get the business, you'll get the gravitation.
right.
Just do your thing, be in it for the right reasons.
That's it. Be yourself, man, and the rest will just kind of fall into place, dude. That's great advice, bro. I mean, like, I love that, man. So, dude, I just wanted to thank you again for coming on. You filled in nicely. I had a last minute not cancellation. I had to reschedule with who I'm going to be doing one with on Friday. And Brooks came through, man. I appreciate you coming on, dude, and
That's what we do, man.
filling in. And I'm gonna try and get this up. Today's Wednesday, today's the 28th. Ooh, I'm gonna get it up
20, yeah.
tomorrow on leap year. So yeah, dude, I appreciate you coming on and taking the time out to just kind of shoot the proverbial, poop with me, man. So
Anytime, I appreciate having me and love the podcast, man.
you're like one of my 3 listeners that I have, so I appreciate that, man. But before we go, tell everybody like where they can get in touch with you if they want to.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna my cell phone. You can reach me on my cell phone number. It's 256-617-2584. You can email us. Excuse me. Sorry, the allergies. You can email us at huntsville@fteconnect.com. My personal email is brobinson at fteconnect.com. Like I said, anything we can do for you, let us know. If you're interested in our services, just want us to come talk to your office, we'd be more than happy to do that. And
That's
again,
awesome.
Ben, man, I
Yeah.
can't say thanks enough, man. Appreciate you.
Man, no, thank you, man. You're the real MVP here, bro. So I'll put all your details in the comment section, or not the comment section on YouTube. I'll put it in the description so you guys can connect with Brooks. So yeah, man, appreciate you coming on again. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget that we would love if you would share this, like it, comment, do all the things that would help grow the podcast if you like this. So we appreciate you guys doing that. And we will catch you guys on the next episode. Thanks, guys.